is the data science role dying from being the highest paid job to being replaced by AI? With these AI systems becoming better and better at writing code and analyzing things and even making models for you, a key question I have for you is, why should anyone hire you? And what do you bring to the table? What is the future of the data science role? In this video, let's answer this question, which is important whether you are a fresher or studying in college or just looking to move into data science. Let's get started. This is Google's Gemini, an amazing AI assistant. In less than 5 minutes, this will do what an analyst might do in perhaps 2 weeks or maybe a week. Don't believe me? Let's take a look. I'm going to add this to Gemini. I'm going to give it a command to analyze this file and give me some recommendations. All right, so this is done, and it took much less than 5 minutes. Yeah, and I can tell you just from my own experience that this is actually not bad. This is fairly good for the time it took. It tells you the overall response rate and some key findings. Also gives you some next steps. So this is pretty impressive stuff, right? And you can go through this as well. You can do this yourself and see it is very good result. So this, of course, raises some important questions. And that's a very impressive demo, yes, but also should raise some serious questions. Now, if I were a hiring manager, I would ask you, why should I hire you? If this AI system can do this so much better or so much faster, right? And it can update this again in another 5 minutes. And the question for you then is, are you in the right field? Should you look forward to being a data scientist or a data analyst or a product analyst? Is this the right field? Let's answer these questions a bit more closely. And there's a few related questions which come up. Number one is, if these systems are so capable, do we still really need data science professionals? That's number one. Number two, what is going overall in terms of the job market? Because we keep hearing about jobs going down and so on and so forth. And thirdly, if yes, there is some market or let's say still opportunities for or a role for data scientists or data professors in the future, what might that look like? Let's try to address these questions. Hi, my name is Rahim Baig. I'm an experienced AI professional with more than 15 years of experience. I am an author with 3 books on AI and machine learning, and I have more than 10 years of AI teaching experience. So let's now go back to the demo and let's take a look at this. And you'll see that after you gave it a particular task, it made a detailed plan. Okay, this is what I will do. These are the individual steps that I'm going to do. You could also edit the plan. You could say, do this, don't do that, and so on. And it will follow the plan that you have. And it does all of the things one by one. It updates you, and you see the results are quite good. You have these plots, which are good visualizations. And as an experienced person myself, I can just go through this output and then get the information I want. And of course, the key findings are also there. Now, one thing to note is that it is not only about Gemini that you can get such good results. I mean, you could also take Claude from Anthropic, or you could take even ChatGPT, where you can upload a file of yours and ask it to analyze, and a few back and forth, you would get good visualizations and good insights there as well. So, of course, it is not just about Gemini. And if you are, say, a data scientist and you're thinking, oh, this is analytics stuff, and I build machine learning models, and maybe that is much more valuable and hard to replace. Well, unfortunately, you are wrong. You could come back here. You can also ask it to build machine learning models, and it will do that. It will, in fact, try 5 different machine learning models. You can give it a try if you want to. You can build 5 different machine learning models for you, choose the right metric, and even come back with the best one for you. So this is not just about analytics or a business analytics role or a visualization kind of role. It's really about fields or jobs that are working closely with data, especially the analysis part or the science part of the data. So let's answer the key questions we asked before. Number one, do we still need data scientists or data science professionals? Well, to answer this, let's look at this view, which you can think of it as like the expectations versus reality meme that we typically see. And many organizations or many people who are outside of, let's say, the data science field, they think that writing some code or making a predictive model is all there is to it, like this magical black box of AI where you give in data and out comes the value. But the reality is that it's far more involved. You need a lot of different people, different skills, different mindsets to come together to deliver value. So if you look at this image, you'll see that you need to have just the data part itself. You need to have sourcing, selection. Then you have within data science, you have evaluation, perhaps you have exploration. There's so many things, right? And there's deployment. And there is a constant, if you see below, there's so many constraints. There is legal, there is ethical, there is security concerns, and so on. There's bias, of course. For all of these topics, you need subject matter experts and people who really understand the business to deliver value. That's number one, that we still do need these people. But let's ask the second question. Does this actually mean we're seeing more job postings, or are these jobs under threat? Because, of course, there is this narrative that overall, all the jobs are going down and AI has really hit the entry-level job hiring. And while there is some truth to this fact that at the overall level, the entry-level jobs are going down, the reasons what exactly are not very clear. There's so many reasons. It's a complex thing. But if you see some new data, we are seeing that for data science roles or data science related roles, there is in fact an increase happening. And this increase is expected to be persistent over the next few years. So for the next several years, we might see an increase in the number of data science role requirements. So yes, no, it's not taking over data science jobs. But here comes the important question. Now, what does this new data science person look like? Because we have already seen that coding is super easy now. Generating charts, visualizations, doing analysis and building models is becoming easier and easier. So the question now becomes, what will this new analytics role look like? And what are these skills of the future that you might have to prepare for? Let's try to answer that. And this is World Economic Forum, and there's many actually other organizations and many thought leaders or researchers looking at this problem. And it turns out for the future, we don't quite need very heavy coding people for, let's say, data related roles or data science or roles, right? In fact, longer term, the skills that you really need are not going to be the deeply technical skills. Of course, we still need a few people to do that, but it's more on the softer side, your problem solving skills, your mindset. You needing to have an analytical mindset, for example, right? You being able to hypothesize, you being able to understand the business, you being able to generate recommendations, you being able to analyze your data, your own biases, and so on. These are the softer aspects that will matter over the longer term. Things like technology use will, of course, be relevant because everyone will be using AI. So it's not really about developing from the ground up deeply technical solutions. It will be more about using these things properly to derive value. And to derive value now, you need a lot of these softer aspects as well, and not primarily the coding. Now, this is really good news for data science aspirants, really. Historically, if someone wanted to become an analyst or a data science professional, they would need a lot of technical training. Very good people who are otherwise very smart, who have good analytical mindset, they would try to learn these things, coding things, but they would just give up after a while. But now that's no longer the big barrier. The barrier now is not whether you can code this thing quickly without looking anywhere. Code is becoming easier and easier to get done. So the skills which now matter are your problem solving skills, whether you're able to think through, whether you're able to evaluate certain things, whether you're able to learn and upskill yourself. And these are the skills which means that anyone really could get into a data adjacent role or become an analyst of some sort, right? So this is very positive news for everyone. And I would like to end this on a very optimistic note that indeed there are a lot of opportunities coming up for those who want to get into data science. So hang in there and just make sure you're focusing on the right things. And exactly how those right things should be and what those skills that you should be developing concretely, that we'll discuss in the next video. So stay tuned for the next video. If you've watched this video so far, then let us know what you thought about it in the comments. If you liked the video, then please give it a thumbs up and then subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends so they can also benefit, and do enable the notifications so that you don't miss the next video from us. I'll see you in the next one.